I think we were always very aware that it was very sensitive subjects, and we needed to sort of be responsible in the research and how we executed the thing. And we showed it to a lot of people before taking it to the channel, and hopefully we did it in a sensitive, and responsible way. I think we always try to.
It's definitely one of the harder things we've written. I think we've written a lot of things that are very tricky and play with time and structure quite a lot, and those have their own challenges. But writing something that just has to rely on 2 characters, 2 performances, and just really get into the detail of their emotional responses is actually one of the hardest things we've done, because you have to be so careful about how the nuance of it, and each line or each look means something. So it was a real challenge for that reason.
Yeah,
it's about then just trying to dig into the detail of what they say and what they believe, and just be true to the responses of each character. I think that's the most important thing we can do. Make sure we're not playing games on the audience. It's trying to do it within the scenes and make it believable and real. I think that's the key.
and these are 2 alpha types. The reason they're going, and they're just throwing rocks at each other, and it's seeing how the action unfolds from that point on is the interesting thing, because it then becomes this sort of showdown between these 2 alphas, and that's where the drama is. It sort of stops being about the thing itself and starts becoming about everything else.
And how important was it to you that in the very first episode, the story takes its time to show the procedures that she has to go through in order to report the case that she wishes to bring against Andrew? I mean, was that for you a central aspect of the show's respect for rape survivors?
Absolutely, yeah. And the lady that is at the sort of centre when Laura comes in is a woman that works in a place like that. She's a real woman working in a real place like that.
So sorry, the person on screen is a genuine, someone who genuinely helps people.
Yes, so she's the first point of contact at a rape centre if somebody comes in with an allegation or an attack of any kind. And that was a definite choice by James, our director, to use somebody, and we just sort of improvised that whole sequence, really.
Was that an especially heavy set of circumstances to improvise?
Yes, it is. But, I think ultimately any sort of emotional content or intense content doesn't have to be upset. It can be anger, it can be love, it can be any of those. But it's just purely about concentration, and it's about being in the moment, and it's sort of as simple as that. It's as simple as that. It's not as simple as that to do, because as we all know, our minds wander off and go, oh, what am I going to have for dinner, and all of those, But it's just sort of it's just making sure you're just kind of like, okay. And actually, with improvisation, it almost makes that easier, because you have to listen, because you don't know what's happening. So it's much easier to be in the moment, because you're completely focused on that other person and the situation. So it was a very clever idea of James's to sort of shoot that sequence like that.